Now, during the winter time in many places, it becomes so cold, so frigid, that people often find it very difficult to live, to survive. It's very cold, especially if you live in a place such as Antarctica or the United States. And so during the winter time, that coldness really perpetuates this cycle of uncomfortableness. Now, I have always never really understood what people who like winter talk about when they say they really like winter, because some people will go out and they're like, I get to make snow angels, I get to make snow people. Yeah, that seems fun, that seems good, that's all fun and games. However, when you really think about it, that stuff really it's just a reminder that the winter only lasts for so long. And then if you live in a place where the summers get hot, which I personally like the hot weather, but then you're like, well, all that beauty and all that other stuff, that just goes away after a little while. So why would you want to lie to yourself and tell yourself that this moment will last forever when it doesn't? I mean, maybe you're not. Maybe that's just an over-exaggeration of the facts, but still, I've never really thought winter ever looked beautiful. Because my thing is, seeing the snow, seeing the ice, seeing all that stuff is just a reminder of the uncomfortable, just discomfort and eeriness that is the winter. It makes you feel like a popsicle. It makes you feel like an icicle. It makes you feel like an inhuman. Now, there are ways to get around this, and the point of the episode today is to show us ways in which we might be able to survive winter time and find ways of really getting through this tough period that many people in the world are unfortunately forced to live through. Eventually, I would like to move out of the US and move to an area that is warmer, where the summers are above 80 degrees. It never gets below 80 degrees. I just would rather prefer that, because it always has been my zen to be in a place where I get to be by the ocean, on a beach, anywhere where it's really hot, anywhere where I get to just feel the breeze of the trees and all that stuff, and I get to just feel like I'm in my comfort zone. Nevertheless, I will be showing us ways in which we can survive the winter. It is time for 3 ways to stay hot like a chili when the weather gets chilly. You feel me? See that? Because it was a play on words. And that's okay. You guys have no imagination. But today I'm going to be showing you 3 ways that you can stay comfortable in the wintertime when it gets really cold and you feel like an icicle. What are 3 ways that you can survive? And so I feel like a lot of people get this wrong. A lot of people want to think that they have the best strategy for staying warm in the wintertime. But the problem is, a lot of us can't really find ways to do it. Now, you may be on a budget. You may not be the wealthiest person on the face of the planet, as I am definitely not. I am not wealthy by any means of the way. I am the person who has about as much wealth as a rock, about as much wealth as somebody who lived hundreds of thousands of years ago in a cave. That is no wealth. I have no money, nothing to really get me by. So what's a way that I can survive without having to spend an overabundance of wealth on anything? Well, I'm going to be showing you how. And so the first way we're going to talk about is layering up. That's right, I'm talking about burritoing. That is what this practice is called. It's where you wrap yourself up in as many layers as possible to become a burrito. But we are going to be taking it to a whole nother level with an outfit that I like to call the burrito suit. So how this works is you're going to need multiple layers of clothes. You're going to need multiple sets of pants and a blanket and a jacket. So here's what we're going to do. We have pants. We have blankets right here. Got this full blanket. It doesn't have to be a very specific size of blanket. It could literally be any blanket that you have, just as long as you have a blanket. Could also be a towel. And we have a jacket. No specific brand needed. If you use Nike, if you use Adidas, if you use Under Armour, it's all good. It could be any brand. But here's how we're going to do this. So, when you think of a burrito, you think of the multiple layers that burritos have. It's all of that meat. It's if you eat cheese, if you eat dairy, there's cheese in there, there's veggies, there's fruits, there's all sorts of stuff, seasonings, and you have all that wrapped up in a giant tortilla. So, how we're going to do this is I am going to be showing you how to wrap yourself up like a burrito. That's why it's called burritoing. So I got this little blanket right here. And we're wrapping ourselves around this blanket like this. And so you really want to make sure you wrap it up tight. Wrap yourself, bundle yourself up. Because the winters are crazy. they can be really crazy, especially if you live in a European country or an American country. Oh, the winters get crazy. So we wrapping ourselves up. Make sure you don't want to cut off your circulation too. You don't want to wrap yourself so tight that you forgot how to breathe oxygen. So, and you start breathing nitrogen. So you start wrapping yourself up like this. This is how you really do it. Here, we'll get a little candid shot like this. Make sure your feet, so you don't want your feet to be wrapped up. You just want the whole upper part of your body and the upper part of your legs to be wrapped up. Like this. There you go. Just have to show you all what your legs have to look like, because you want to make leeway for the second part. Oh, goodness. My feet are getting into the camera. That's crazy. You want to make sure you leave room for the second part of the suit, the pants part. So, you want to make sure you wrap yourself up in the burrito and then put on some pants to really make sure the burrito tortilla stays on your body. So, here we go. We got it like this. Okay, and now, maybe you want to release some of your arms so your arms can get away, because there's still more to this after the pants. Put on your second pair of pants. As such, here we go. And you want to stuff the blankets into the pants. Because the thing with the pants is you want your legs to be warmed up as well. The thing is, hey, a lot of us, we want to have really warm bodies. And a lot of us heat lovers want to, makes it sound like a pizza commercial. Domino's Heat Lovers Pizza, not sponsored. A lot of us heat lovers want to make sure that we're layered up so that our entire bodies, not just our arms, not just our upper body, our legs get on it too. We're basically giving ourselves a tan without getting cancer. So how you're doing this is you want to put the blanket in the pants, just stuff it down into here we go, just get it into frame. This is kind of a workout because this blanket is kind of heavy. So you have to stuff it into your pants like this. Don't take anything I'm saying out of context. And then just there we go. You want to make sure that your legs get as covered as possible. Because if your legs aren't getting covered, then what's the point of trying to protect your legs from the cold? The cold is like a monster that you don't want to let into your house. Anytime it touches you, anytime it gets anywhere near your skin and your body, you've already lost the war. So make sure that you're here. Okay, and now our arms are uncovered because that's actually where we get into part 3 of this exercise. So I'll show you all what I look like now with the blanket stuff here. There we go. Now I'm already halfway protected from the cold. Now it's mostly my butt and my crotch that's protected from the cold right now. It's not really anything else really major. But this is where we get into part 3. The jackets. Now the jacket will protect our arms, our chest, and the entire upper part of our body. So make sure that you got the blanket covering you, and make sure you got the jacket covering you. Here we go. Make sure that all gets around the blanket, the tortilla in this instance. Except I guess it's kind of the opposite. Well, it's an inverse burrito. All right, come on. It's just stuff that it's a really tough process right here. Like I said, a bit of a workout. You may have trouble trying to zip it shut. Ugh. Come on, jacket. I need this to work for the people at home. This is the internet where everything is informative and nothing is entertaining ever. This is educational. Woo. Okay, now zip. Come on, zip. Oh my. It's like it's completely obstructing the zipper. This is not even. Okay, here we go. Yes, we got it to work. So the zipper is now shut. The blanket is all up in my pants and in my jacket. This is what we call burritoing. So as you can see here, it looks as if I have a deformity. If the blanket isn't showing, I have a very, very obvious bodily deformity. And if you go out in public like this, you will get stared at. But you know what? That is worth it. That is worth it for the sake of your survival against the winter. Again, it's a monster. You don't want it to touch you. You want to stay safe. This is what you need to do when it gets, especially in the negatives, this will protect you. It really will. You'll be so hot, so warm, you won't even feel the cold weather. Everybody will be looking at you like, hey, you cold? You like, nah, I'm good. And you put on your sunglasses if it's the summertime and you're like, I'm good. I just go around being warm all the time. And so now this is just one way that we can stay warm. But what's another way? See, I've been showing you a way that you can stay warm on the outside in your body. It's time for me to show you a way that you can stay warm on the inside. And that's where we get to number 2, ghost pepper sauce. Now this is Dave's Gourmet Ghost Pepper Sauce. So I've heard of this. I believe Hot Ones might use this. If you all know, familiar with the show, they might use this, I believe. And it is made with actual ghost peppers. I see the ingredients are ghost peppers, naga, jola, kia, can't pronounce that, hot pepper extract, salt, roasted garlic, acetic acid, vegetable oil, xanthan gum. Let me read you off all of the ingredients. Now this sauce is no joke. It's obviously made with real ghost peppers. And so this is just one way that you can stay really warm during the winter time, because you also want to consider how the inside of your body feels. And that means chugging an entire bottle of hot sauce. No, I will not be doing that because that is extremely dangerous. I will be taking a very, very, very tiny drop of this to the tongue. No, I do not recommend doing this at home. No, I do not recommend doing this if you have a sensitive stomach and you actually want to live. However, I do have my water right here, so hopefully that won't be too bad as I'm... What am I doing? This is such a bad idea. I regret doing... This costs $6, by the way, to get. This is not sponsored. Again, can't say that enough. Don't want these guys coming after me, but I'm already... I haven't even smelt it. I haven't tasted it, and yet my face already feels like it's puffed up as if I've already tasted it. It's like the spirit is coming out to haunt me. Oh. Okay. It smells like vomit. Probably tastes like vomit too. So I'm going to be taking a small drop. And the thing about hot sauce, when you eat something that's really hot, it can cause heartburn. And that's the other reason why I'm only doing a drop. I'm probably going to get rid of this because it's a waste of money, but it's I just wanted to experiment, and I just wanted to see if this would actually make me feel warmer before I eventually go outside and do part 3 of our little experiment. So we're going to take a drop, and I regret living. I went out to grab this knife to pour some hot sauce on it, and then one of my roommates came out and saw me dressed like this, dressed like this in my fat suit, and he kind of stared at me the whole time. We're not really on good speaking terms, so I assume he probably thinks even less of me now than he did before I dressed like this. So, who cares? Sometimes people think little of you. It's all good. All right. Oh hey, there's some hot stuff already on top. So if I could just scrape it a little bit. There we go. That's enough. That's all I'm eating. I really don't want heartburn. I'm sorry. This is very dangerous. I don't recommend doing this. We're going to be giving this a little taste, and then I'm probably going to throw up later. Okay. 3, 2, 1. That tastes like vomit. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yes. 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 Yes, that does not taste good at all. Ooh. That was tiny. That was very tiny. Oh, that was very tiny. Oh, okay, put that on top. Now, you're not supposed to touch your eyes or anything else with it. I didn't even touch it, but I'm going to follow those rules to a T. And not do this. Don't do this. No, I'm not going to touch my water. I'm going to give myself just a couple seconds to really evaluate this. Now, I could feel all of my pores opening up. You could feel just so many things. It wasn't too bad, though. That wasn't too bad. The ghost pepper was not too bad. Oh. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. That wasn't that bad at all. People say the ghost pepper challenge is tough. That wasn't even that tough. That's not even that hot. Okay, let me just get some water. If it's not so hot, then why are you drinking water? Because it's still hot. I'm not saying it's not hot at all, but it's not as hot as I was thinking. But my pores are definitely opening up. I get a lot of saliva, so now I can't talk, actually. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. That's really, really tough. But yeah, not really hot as I thought it was, but still very hot. I would not put that on anything. I'm going to get rid of this as quickly as I bought it. And I'm going to probably pray and just hope that I don't turn into a shriveled, dried up raisin of a corpse later today. That would be kind of cool, though, if somebody ever like an archaeologist came across my remains and they were like, well, how did this person die? Well, they must have eaten some kind of ghost pepper because now their body is just all dried up. It doesn't even resemble a human body anymore. It resembles more of a, oh, this is getting worse. It resembles a gigantic dried up cockroach is what it resembles. This is getting worse. That's kind of racist. Okay, let's move on to the third way that you, let's move on to the third way that you get, what was this episode? Get warm in the cold. Oh my god, I'm getting rid of this. The third way that you get warm when it's cold outside is to dance. That's right, I said dance. Now, exercise is commonly one way that you can really warm up the body when it gets really cold. My tongue is still so burning hot. It's as if I ingested hot coals. Oh my goodness. Whew. This is how you train the tongue. You ever see those martial arts movies where they're like, you have to walk on hot coals in order to master the 4 ways of the ninjutsu that I have taught you today? Well, this is like mastering the ways of the heat on my tongue and making my tongue stronger. I don't think this was worth it. I don't think this was worth it at all. I'm going to be spending so much time in the bathroom. Anyway, yeah, so exercise is a common way that you can warm up your body, really help it maintain the heat that it needs to survive, and it's to keep its functions moving, because when you don't have heat, you don't have function. It's kind of like how the sun gives heat to the earth, and the earth keeps spinning, and the animals keep evolving to become higher animals in a higher plane of conscious existence, because the sun gives us all of our heat. I think the hot sauce made me a little bit hot right now. This is a family-friendly show. I'm not drunk. I am not intoxicated. Don't do alcohol. So, here's what you do to be hot in the cold. Because you hot like a supermodel. This is how you dance. You have to dance. This is what you do. Okay, it is incredibly cold outside. Mind you, I'm not wearing a mic, so the audio might be a little bit janky. However, I am currently outside, and so I'm going to be doing some dance moves to try to warm myself up. It is cold, it is snowing. My face is probably getting noticeably redder because the drawbacks of being a light-skinned person is that your face gets really red like a tomato once you get very, very, very hot. Very cold, I mean. Oh, my brain isn't thinking correctly because it's very cold outside. Okay, we're going to be doing a series of dance moves. I'm going to be doing the Michael Jackson Thriller zombie move, followed by the Michael Jackson moonwalk. I really like Michael Jackson, king of pop right there. Ah! And so I'm going to also be doing the worm, or as close to the worm as I could do. And then I'm going to be doing the Tyler dance. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not doing the Tyler dance. I'm doing Michael Jackson dances and the worm. And if there's any other dances, I'll probably do those too. But we're going to do those, see if we can warm ourselves up. I might do some K-pop, actually. I'll do some K-pop dances. We'll just freestyle. And then I'll see if I can warm myself up in the cold. It is snowing. I live on the East Coast US right now. I really wish I did not because it is cold. But I am doing that. Okay, let's do this. So that is how you dance when it is cold outside. You need another new tutorial? I'll give you one, maybe, never. So, what do you all think of this episode? What do you think of this series? Was it good? Was it really good? Let me know down in the comments below. You can support the show by supporting my socials down in the description and letting me know personally via email maybe how I can change it, whether I should just stop talking, or whether any of this is actually real or a virtual reality simulation. So, subscribe.